This was not on my bingo card at all. And the unknown is really so scary for me because what am I gonna do? A turn of events today.
Okay.
I got fired from my job.
Oh no. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry to hear that.
As you guys read from the title, this is not clickbait. I got fired from my job today. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lex if you are new here. So I know we're not gonna waste any time. Okay, we are not gonna waste any time getting into the nitty-gritty and what is going on. As you can see from the title, I got fired from my job today. Okay, today with no notice. Yeah. I don't feel like, okay, so first, how do you feel? Okay, I feel like I have a sense of calmness around the entire situation. I know that I am a good person. I know that I am a hard worker. I know that this is all in God's plan, okay? I stepped out on faith 5 months ago and left my longer term job that I was at for 4 years, okay? I left there due to mental health reasons and just wanting a new opportunity. At the time, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I'm leaving a really big hospital system. Is this something that I really want to do? Is this something that I should do? I had so many doubts. I had so many thoughts. I was very much so unsure. But the one thing that I was sure of leaving that job was that my mental health was going to get better. My previous job was very toxic. It was very unhealthy. My mental health was declining rapidly, okay? I then took on a new job at a private clinic. I was working in oncology and I was sold a dream. If I'm being honest, I was sold a dream with the manager who hired me. All of the things, I think honestly, she piggybacked on all of the reasons why I was leaving my job at the time and used it to her advantage to get me onto the role. Because there is very much so a high turnaround, very much so no organization, poor management. When I say if you are thinking about quitting your job right now in this economy, don't do it, okay? Don't do it. I left my previous job really for new beginnings, for a fresh start. I wanted something new in a different department, and that I felt like that was my avenue to go. Of course, in life you can pivot and things change. Did I think that God was gonna literally snatch me out of where I currently am and say, no, the plan has changed. Hold on, the plan has actually changed. This is not where you're going. You're actually gonna come up out of this and you're gonna come out now. The way I worked from 8 to 4:30 and then at 4:30 was pulled into my manager's office with my old manager and then our regional manager, I could call her. I already knew it was bad news. I walked into the office and my immediate thought was, am I being fired? I was asked to have a seat, which respectfully I sat down. At that point, I was met with all of the reasons why the department that I was currently working in oncology was dissolving. Not the practice within itself, my specific department. I normally would have been upset. I would have probably cried. I would have been overwhelmed with anger, sadness. Who knows what it is to come. I don't know what my future looks like now. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what I'm gonna even be doing tomorrow, to be honest. I had a plan in mind. I had set a plan in place. I have been saying for months, really years, that I don't want to clock into a 9 to 5 forever. I don't want that to be my life path. I don't want my journey to be working for somebody else and honestly not using my talents, my creativity. I feel like lost in the world, if you know what I mean. I'm 31. I'll be 32 in 2 weeks today, which is so crazy. Like, who gets fired 2 weeks before their birthday? 2 weeks. Like, that's just like getting fired right before Christmas, or fired before Christmas is insane. I feel for everybody who's in my current situation. I do not have a savings. I live paycheck to paycheck. I live alone. I pay bills on my own. I don't know what I'm going to do going forward. I really don't. And I think it's kind of just starting to hit me. I haven't told anybody. I'm recording this video. Nobody knows. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm very much so scared for the future. I know that I always say like, oh, my community on TikTok, my community on social media is so big. I just want to let y'all know that I am so grateful for the love, the support, everything. I'm so grateful for every view, every like, every comment. I am. But I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I'm gonna need y'all love and support a little more and a little harder. I don't have a job, and it's unfortunate that we as employees are required to give, depending on your work field, depending on your position and department, we are required to give a 30-day notice or a 2-week notice. But employers can wake up one day and decide, I want to fire and dissolve the entire department. I want to let you go. I handpicked you. I want to fire you. I just feel like that's no way for us to have to live. Like, I have bills. Now I have no idea how my bills are going to get paid. I do believe in God, and I have faith that everything happens for a reason. I do believe that everything happens for a reason. I do have faith in God. I'm not the type of person who would have just quit my job on a hope and a prayer. I am type A but type B, more so type B, but I try to like force myself into type A. I try to have a plan. I love to have a plan. I have no plan. This is out of my hands. This is all truly now in God's hands. I've been saying for months, I want to be a content creator full time. I want to do this full time. I'm tired of clocking in for somebody else. When I say the job that just let me go was very much so like micromanaging, very much so controlling, very much so like unlivable, unworkable. It was giving slavery. And it is so sad that us as humans have to, or just as people, have to feel like that. And to know that I have peace knowing that I no longer have to go there and clock in and deal with the negativity, the toxicity. Like the person who trained me hated her job. It is so hard. And I used to tell my manager this when I first got hired. It is so hard to train with somebody who hates their job. Hates their job. She literally hated her job. When I tell you, one day my manager pulled me into the office and she said, hey, your idle time is very high. I said, well, what do you mean? This was day 78, okay? Day 78 of me working here. I was pulled into the office and was written up because my idle time in the system was high. I was confused because I'm still being trained. And then the way that I was being trained through Teams. My teammate who was training me was so nasty, so negative, so unprofessional. just so mean. I was moved to a different office and forced to train through Teams, an app where you message back and forth. I had to ask questions. I had to, I was trained through Teams. If you know anything about Teams, not Zoom, not video, I was trained through Teams messaging. So yeah, I'm sure my idle time was high. I'm trying to figure out how to do the job and do the job successfully. I feel like I was hired and set up for failure. I wasn't trained by someone who was a good trainer at all, to say the least. But I do want to say that I'm grateful for the opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. I wholeheartedly believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe in God. I trust God. I know that when one door closes, another 3, 4, 5 opens. And like I said, I'm not the type of person to quit a job with no backup. So God has something bigger for me. It might just be YouTube. It might be social media. If it is, I'm going to take this opportunity to jump in full force. If you guys want anything, I have plenty of time to give it to you. So if you want a specific video, put in the comments the video you want. If you have any specific questions, drop them below. I will be doing nothing but putting out content, okay? Until I can secure another job. I don't know what resources I have because this is a new state that I live in. I've never been in this situation, so cheers to new beginnings, new jobs, new apartments, new cars. I don't know. Cheers to having my bills paid for the next 6 months and not having to worry about it. Ching. I don't know who, I don't know what, I don't know where, but what I do know is God is a faithful God, okay? God is very faithful, and I've been praying hard. I've been praying with everything in me to please show me how good it can get. I literally have sticky notes on my computer that say, oh my God, you know what? I'm gonna go get it. So on my desk at work, I had these sticky notes. This one says, show me how good it can get. Show me how good it can get. Cheers to 2025. This one says, push forward, do not look back. This one says, keep going, you're doing great, keep moving. And then it's so crazy because yesterday, I don't know what I was watching, or I was watching something. And the girl, she spoke to me. And what she said was, you have to do what you have to do so you can get to do what you want to do. And I wrote that down. And, you know, I just finished therapy tonight with my therapist. Crazy. I had a session on Monday, and for some reason I had 2 sessions booked this week. One for Monday, one for today. And of course I missed Mondays by accident. And I was like, oh, I have therapy Thursday. Okay, great. That appointment was scheduled. It just happened by fluke. It was an accident that I had 2 appointments in 1 week. Normally it's like every other week or every week. But at 5 o'clock, when I was escorted out of the building with all of my belongings, very much so, like uncomfortably and just like downright embarrassing to be a black woman being escorted out. My entire team is black. To be escorted out of the building, embarrassing to say the least. So when I was leaving, I am gonna trust God. I am gonna have faith in God. I know that God is the God of all things. This is our plan, and then this is God's plan. So, you know, I'm gonna take, today's Thursday, I'm gonna take the next couple days, you know, the weekend is tomorrow. I'm gonna take the next couple days to just think, honestly. Just think, plan, because like I said, bills don't stop because you lost your job. Those don't stop because you're having mental health issues, you're depressed and you have anxiety. Those don't stop. They actually keep coming, and faster. They actually come faster than expected. Yeah, this is not the day that I had planned, but just a few like I said, I don't know what the future holds, but here we are. If there's any time to pump out content, it's now. So prepare to be sick of me. I have all the time in the world to give you guys content. And I'm sorry that I'm crying, because it's crazy because I haven't cried. I just think that this entire situation is very emotional for me. I'm gonna take the weekend to think, recuperate, and set a plan. I'm going to try to get a schedule or write out a schedule so that I can stay focused. I don't want to just like sleep my days away. I want to be as productive as possible. I'm going to get up every day and go to the gym and make breakfast and film content, edit content, post content. So you guys will be getting content more frequently. Again, if there's anything you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, but here's to the unknown. Here's to the future. This was definitely a wrench thrown in my 2025 plans. This was not on my bingo card at all. But again, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So yeah, this is just the beginning. Remember, this is just the beginning. God has great things for me. So please pray for me. Please, you know, support me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now more than ever. Tell a friend to watch a video. Yeah, so I don't know what tomorrow holds. I really don't. And the unknown is really so scary for me because what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Actually, what am I gonna do? This is crazy. This is the first time I'm crying. I hate the unknown, but I hope you guys stay along for the ride and see how life progresses, because shit, I'm sure this is gonna be one hell of a ride. One hell of a ride. One hell of a ride. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, don't miss me too much.
I got that diamonds on her arm, diamonds in her ears. She even wear that diamonds for a year.